Okay, good morning year ones. This is your learning paper for Afrikaans first additional language. You are writing Wednesday the 4th of June. We are starting on page 2 and we are starting with section A wat afdeling A is. You will see that it says there is a leesbegrip, which is a comprehension. So in this case, like every other time that you get it, you get to learn the reading piece. The reading piece is only in Afrikaans. The teacher that you are writing with is supposed to read to you the Afrikaans piece, but unfortunately they are not all like your Afrikaans teachers and will explain everything to you. So if you are unsure, you need to put up your hand during the exam and ask the teacher. The teacher will not give you answers, but I assume and I hope that they will do the best to assist you. So just quickly, it just says there, you will see that it is in both English and Afrikaans. Lees 'n leesstuk en beantwoord die vraag. You will have to read the passage and answer the question, and then it just says you need to read the passage thoroughly, and it will be for 15 marks. Then we move on to section B, which is your language. Afdeling B wat jou taal is. You will see that all the language are numbered 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then it gives you the English as alphabetiese volgorde, which is alphabetical order. And I give you the page numbers where you can find this in your file that you have had for the last 5 months. So alphabetiese volgorde is wanneer ons woorde of dinge rangskik in die volgorde van die alfabet. Wanneer jy woorde in alfabetiese volgorde plaas, moet jy na die eerste letter van die woord kyk. So when placing words in the correct alphabetical order, you need to look at the first letter of each word. So if there are words, if you go look here at the bottom or in the middle, it says oefen by die huis. You need to go practice these words at home by putting them in alphabetical order. So here you will see we have 2 words that is starting with the same letter. So the moment it starts with the same letter, you need to go look at the second letter. Is it H-O that comes first or H-E? In this case, it will be H-E. That is it then for for alphabetical order. You will not get the alphabetical A, B, C till Z in the exam. You will have to go and study that yourself. You do not have to know what the word means that Juffrou gives to you, but the alphabet you will not get. Then we are at number 2, which says leestekens, which is punctuation. These are the page numbers you can go look at in your file, and then you will see this part differs from your file in the sense that I made it smaller, so you don't have to learn all the other things that is on the paper in the file. So you are only looking at hoofletters, punte, commas, vraagteken en 'n uitroepteken. In this case in English, capital letters, full stop, a comma, a question mark as well as an exclamation mark. Sorry, I just want to change. Why is it so dark there? Okay, so capital letters, all the same. So if there's a name in the middle of a sentence or a name of a place, it always goes with a capital letter, as well as when I start my sentence, I use a capital letter. Then a full stop comes at the end. You all know this. We've practiced this numerous times. I use a comma when I need to list things. So if you go to the shop for your mom and she asks you to buy bread, milk, juice, and what else? A chocolate. You are going to put a comma between the things you need to buy, but not when I use the word en. En stays there, no comma to en. Same in English, no comma to an. Then I get a vraagteken, which is a question mark. Susanna, why did you once again not do your homework? Nee? Question mark. Of Tebogo, why are you naughty today again? Question mark. Then, you know, when I like shouting at you, we use an exclamation mark. In Afrikaans, I call it 'n uitroepteken. So if I hit my toe against one of your tables, ek skree, "Eina!" And then I get my toe aangestamp. Of even if I shout at you to go sit down, sit still, uitroepteken. That's all the things we practice. If you go to page 3, you will see that I gave you 5 sentences to practice at home. My darlings, these sentences are there for a reason. It's not there for my own health. You need to make sure that you go practice it. You can somewhere change it here at the top. So we can somewhere do the first one together. It says, Katlego speel rugby by die skool. So besides that Katlego is a name, it's also the first letter of the sentence. So Katlego gets a capital K and the sentence needs a full stop at the end. Okay, sorry for that. So the K, capital letter, a full stop. If this was in the exam paper, you'll get a mark for the K and you'll get a mark for the full stop. Okay, same with this one. Eina, capital letter, exclamation at the end, capital letter vir my, and a full stop. I will not give you more than 2 mistakes in the exam. It will only be 1 mistake. Okay, so go practice that at home. Then it will be better. Then we get to number 3, verlede en teenwoordige tyd. This is past tense and future tense. I made an error, my darlings. I want you to fix it. So it should not be teenwoordige tyd. It should be toekomende tyd. But if you toekomende. So it's toekomende tyd. Toekomende tyd in English is sorry. Is future tense. You will see at the bottom of this page. At the bottom of page 3, it does say toekomende tyd there. So it's not going to be future, present tense. It's going to be toekomende tyd as well as future tense. Here I gave you the page numbers. We have been doing this for the last 2 terms. So verlede tyd is to talk about something that already happened. There are 3 rules. The first rule I teach you is to identify the doing word. You need to get the werkwoord, nee? And then the werkwoord needs to run to the end, and then it gets a ge in front. And in the place where the werkwoord was, we are putting a het. Example, ek skryf in my boek. So skryf is my doing word. It runs all the way to the end. It gets a ge, skryf in front of it. And in the place where skryf was, I put a het. Okay. This is the rhyme that you have been doing the whole time. I need you to make sure. We will look at the examples in a moment. So then we get to toekomende tyd, which is future tense. So future tense is something that still needs to happen. And there is also 3 rules. So, no, not 3 rules. There's only 1 rule. No, it's 2 rules. Let's make it 2 rules. What we've done in class. You identify your doing word, your werkwoord. Okay? My werkwoord goes to the end of a sentence, unchanged. It stays the same. And where the werkwoord was, I'm putting a sal at that place. For example, Keegan skop die bal. Skop is my doing word. My skop runs to the end, unchanged. And the place where skop was gets a sal. Keegan sal die bal skop. Here is the answer then. Liefies, here is more sentences that you need to practice at home. These sentences are not here for my own well-being. So my suggestion to you is to do the following on this paper somewhere. You're going to divide the paper. You are going to write here. You can write it in English to make sure that you understand past, wat is verlede. And you are writing on this side future. And that is toekomend, nee? And then you're going to take the sentence. Ek mis Juffrou Foster baie. You are going to identify the doing word. Doing word is miss. So for past tense, it's going to be ek het Juffrou Foster baie gemis. And if you go to future, ek sal Juffrou Foster baie mis. Do you see nothing changes in the second sentence? The doing word just went to the back and the sal went in the place. And the het and the ge, like we've practiced numerous times in class. Go practice these sentences. I promise you, if you can do these sentences on this practice paper, you will be fine for the exam. You need to just to remember my doing word, my het and my ge, and with future tense, my shall and my doing word, and you will be fine. Then we get to homophones. Here I also give you the page numbers for homophones. So homophones are words that sound the same but are spelled differently, and it has different meanings. Okay? Like you are talking on the phone to someone and you cannot quite understand what they are saying. This is the same thing. You can hear the word, how they say it is different, and it has different meanings. My darlings, you will see that the words go together. Let me just get a pencil here for you. So, and then you will see I also gave you the English. So, haul and haul, that is one combination. Haul with two A's is to go get, and haul with an E is when it hails. Ryk and reach goes together. Hart and hart. Graad and graad. Styl en styl. Bout en bout. Foot and lig goes together. But, once again, if you go to the practice at home on page 5, it will become easier for you to understand. I'm giving you these practice sentences for a reason. It's not there for me, it's there to help you. Maybe your mom or your dad can assist you. So, sorry. Daar lê haal op die gras. So, on the grass there is laying hail. Nee? Then it will be the IE. Die man is ryk nadat hy geld gewen het. Which one of those talks about money? It's the one with the long Y, nee? Ryk, die man is ryk. He has a lot of money, he's very rich. Then we are almost done with the paper. We are now at antonyms. In Afrikaans it is antonieme, and it's on this page in your term 2 file. So antonyms are also called the opposites. Okay. Difficulties, I gave you a table. You will see on the left side of the column it's the Afrikaans words, and then on the far right side it's the English words for those words. Okay, it's there for you to go and study to make sure you understand what the English and what the Afrikaans is. And then if you go to page 6, you will see that I gave you practice words. So you need to, the word that is underlined, you need to say what is the antonym. So what is the antonym for maklik? So if you go back to the page, you will see maklik is hierso. In other words, it's moeilik. So die opposite van maklik is moeilik. Then you just go and write it like that next to the sentence. Oh, sorry, there you go. Okay. Then we are at the last part, which is afdeling C, section C. And this is the writing part. This is the part where half of you are going to get a heart attack. It only counts 5 marks. My darlings, throughout the 2 terms, we've practiced sentences in class. Everything about athletics. Now, if you remember in term 1's pages, we looked at pictures about boys or girls running and doing high jump and doing javelin, all of that. And those are the pictures that you will be getting in the exam. So, you are going to make easy sentences. So, let's say you are getting a picture of a boy or a girl doing athletics. They are running. Then I can say, hy hardloop vinnig. I'm not expecting you to write me a very long sentence. Sentences like this will be acceptable. Or if you have a picture where the boy is standing with a stick, the javelin in his hand, you can say, sy of hy, depending on what you want to write, gooi die spies. You will see that I was nice in this part of the exam paper. I am giving you Afrikaans words to use, but this is the type of sentence I want in the exam. I don't want you to write me long sentences. You're going to lose marks because you're going to make spelling errors. If you do it like this, and I can see you understand what's happening in the picture, and that you can tell me what's happening, you will get your marks. It only counts 5 marks, so 5 pictures, 5 marks. And that is what it's going to be. It's going to be a picture about someone doing a certain sport, and you are writing me an exam. Your exam paper counts out of 50 marks, and it will be 1 hour, which on your paper will stand there as 60 minutes. Okay, but I will make sure the teachers read you the comprehension test. It's not the comprehension paper, but it's really not difficult. You will see, if you know what's going on in Afrikaans and you focus with myself or Juffrou Gous, you will be fine. You just have to study and try your best, and then you will get your 50%, or even if you are an 80% learner, you'll get your marks. You just have to practice what we gave you. This is it then for the learning paper. Good luck, and I hope you all do very well.